Have you ever thought about what it would be like if the world as we know it was on the brink of ending? Let your imagination wander to a time where society is in shambles, chaos reigning supreme. The once orderly world is now a tumultuous sea of uncertainty and despair. Amidst this turmoil, a glimmer of hope emerges in the form of a man. A man like no other, a man named Nikolai. He is not a hero born out of folklore, nor a figure of myth, but a man as real and tangible as you or I. Yet, there's more to him than meets the eye. He's an enigma, a paradox, a riddle wrapped in a mystery, a charismatic leader who, against all odds, has risen to power in a world teetering on the brink of annihilation. Nikolai, a beacon of hope in a world shrouded in darkness. His charisma is undeniable, his charm infectious. He's a man who commands attention, a man who commands respect. But what is it about him that has captivated the hearts of so many? Is it his eloquence, his unwavering resolve, or perhaps his promise of a better tomorrow? In this world of chaos, where society is on the verge of collapse, people are desperate for a savior, desperate for hope. And Nikolai, with his enchanting words and charismatic presence, seems to be the answer to their prayers. His promises of salvation resonate with the masses, his vision of a peaceful world captivates their hearts. But as with all things, there is more to Nikolai than meets the eye. As we delve deeper into his story, we find ourselves drawn into a web of intrigue and suspense. The world might be in chaos, but under Nikolai's leadership there seems to be a glimmer of hope, a glimmer that could either be the dawn of a new era or the harbinger of darker times to come. As the world spins out of control, one man steps into the limelight, promising hope and salvation. This is the beginning of our tale, a tale of hope, despair, and the enigmatic man known as Nikolai. In times of turmoil, it is human nature to look for a beacon of hope. In our tale, this beacon radiates from a man named Nikolai. His rise to power is swift, like a phoenix ascending from ashes. In a world where chaos has become the norm, his emergence is seen as a welcome relief, a promise of stability. Nikolai is not your run-of-the-mill leader. He possesses a charisma that is magnetic, an allure that is almost hypnotic. People are drawn to him, captivated by his eloquence, his apparent wisdom, and his seemingly genuine concern for their welfare. He navigates the rough seas of politics with an ease that leaves many awestruck. But what makes Nikolai truly remarkable is his skill in manipulation. He has a knack for tapping into the fears and desires of the masses, of spinning narratives that resonate with their deepest insecurities and hopes. He presents himself as the solution to their myriad problems, the knight in shining armor who will lead them to a better tomorrow. And the desperate masses, weary from their struggles, willingly embrace him. They see in him a leader who can guide them out of their present predicament, a savior who can restore order from the chaos. They rally behind him, their hopes and dreams pinned on this charismatic figure who promises to bring about a new era of peace and prosperity. Yet, as with any tale, there are layers beneath the surface. Subtle hints suggest a darker side to Nikolai's character. Whispers of ruthless ambition, of a hunger for power that knows no bounds. Rumors of a man who would stop at nothing to achieve his ends. Of a leader whose reign might not be as benevolent as it appears. But these whispers are drowned in the roar of the crowd, the fervor of the masses who see in Nikolai their only hope. They choose to ignore the signs, to dismiss the rumors as nothing more than idle gossip. As Nikolai's reign begins, the world breathes a sigh of relief, unaware of the storm brewing beneath the calm surface. But what if the one you trust to save you is the one you should fear the most? Imagine a world where the most charming of leaders, the most charismatic of individuals, Nikolai, is not what he seems. Picture a realm where the very foundations of trust are shaken, where the one who is hailed as a beacon of hope might be hiding a sinister secret. As the tale unfolds, we see Nikolai's influence growing, his power expanding. From the corners of the earth, people are drawn to his magnetic persona, his promise of a better tomorrow. Yet beneath this attractive veneer, whispers of doubt begin to surface. The world is caught in the thrall of Nikolai's charisma, but a few brave souls dare to question. They start to scrutinize the man behind the public image, to delve into the shadows where the real Nikolai might dwell. The question that haunts them is not whether Nikolai is a savior, No, the question is whether he is a savior or a wolf in sheep's clothing. The power plays become more evident, the hidden agendas more conspicuous. A chilling realization dawns. Nikolai might not be the savior he claims to be. His actions, once seen as benevolent, now carry an ominous undertone. His promises, once full of hope, now echo with a veiled threat. The world is oblivious, caught in the enchanting web of Nikolai's charisma. But the brave few who dare to question, who dare to doubt, they see the unseen. They see the unseen threat that Nikolai might pose, the danger that he might bring. The world is at a precipice, teetering on the edge of a revelation that could change everything. A revelation that the one they trust to save them, the one they look to for hope, could be the greatest threat they have ever faced. As the world sleeps, the wolf prowls in sheep's clothing, his true nature hidden in the shadows. How do you fight an enemy who is adored by the world? Ever pondered this question? It's a quandary that a courageous few find themselves wrestling with. As the world is swept up in the charm and charisma of one man, Nikolai, a select few see through the facade. Their eyes are not clouded by a charismatic smile or beguiling promises. No, they see the puppet master pulling the strings, a man who is not all he appears to be. They see Nikolai for who he truly is. But how do you convince a world that is so deeply enamored, so completely entranced? It's a task that seems insurmountable, like trying to hold back the ocean with a sieve. Somehow they must try. They must expose the truth that lurks beneath Nikolai's polished exterior. They must reveal the danger that hides behind his enchanting allure. But in a world that hangs on Nikolai's every word, who will believe them? Who will listen when they tell of the unseen threat that looms over them all? It would be simpler to go with the flow, to join the throng of adoring followers. But that's not an option for these brave souls. They see the peril that lies ahead and they cannot ignore it. They cannot sit by and watch as the world is led blindly towards disaster. Each step they take, every word they speak against Nikolai is fraught with danger. They are swimming against the tide, and the current threatens to pull them under. They are the lone voices in the wilderness, calling out a warning that falls on deaf ears. Yet they do not falter, they do not back down. Despite the odds stacked against them, they press on. They are driven by a resolve, a determination that is as unyielding as the coming dawn. They will fight, they will struggle, and they will not give up. In a world deceived, they dare to stand against the tide, their resolve as unyielding as the coming dawn. When all seems lost, where do you find the strength to carry on? As the shadow of Nikolai looms large, the brave few gather their courage, ready for the final stand. The air is thick with anticipation, each heartbeat echoing the resolve to challenge the deception. This is not a fight for power nor for glory, this is a battle for truth, a clash of wills against the grand illusion. The brave few, their spirits ignited by the flame of perseverance, stand tall against the overwhelming darkness. Their eyes, alight with determination, refuse to blink or back down. They are the beacon of hope in the veil of despair, their resolve unwavering, their spirits unyielding. Their stand against Nikolai is not just their fight, it's a fight for all those who have been deceived. Their courage a symbol of resistance against the grand illusion. In the face of insurmountable odds, they stand firm, their spirits unbroken. For in the darkest hour, the faintest light shines the brightest.